Hey everybody, welcome back. It's your boy Brandon.Therapist, and today I'm here to talk about the word of the year. But before we get into it, hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure that way you stay up to date on all the new videos that come out. 2022 was an interesting year. Basically, what I challenged myself to do was to follow my word of the year. That word of the year was consistency. I had to stay consistent. And the reason I chose consistency is because in my own life, I've been inconsistent in many areas. There are times I gave a lot of effort, there's times I gave minimal effort, there's times I just didn't do anything, times it was just all over the place. And now it was starting to affect me, starting to affect the way I run things, and I have to correct it. I have to get better at being consistent because the worst thing to have is someone who is inconsistent in your life. So when it comes to parenting, when it comes to being a husband, when it comes to being a therapist, when it comes to every aspect of my life, the one key thing that was missing was consistency. And so I've learned how to be more consistent. And though it was my word for 2022, I'm continuing that on an underlying basis because I still have more work to do. I still have more times to be consistent. I still have to practice it and make sure that I am satisfying myself and the needs of everyone else. And also make sure I'm not overcommitting. It's easy to overcommit to something. And it's because we want to please everybody. But at some point, I have to give it up and realize I can't please everyone. But what I can do is be more consistent so that I am always a man of my word. That being said, I also realized some of the reasons I wasn't being inconsistent. I also realized some of the ways I was being inconsistent. Sometimes it's just not wanting to push forward or push through or to take on a task. Which brings me to the year 2023 and my word of the year. That word is push. By choosing the word push, I am saying that I am pushing through all my goals, whether I feel like it or not. It won't be based on a how I feel thing. It's based on what needs to be done. In the past, things got accomplished by the way I felt. Grad school, undergrad, I wrote papers last minute because I didn't feel like it. Jobs, I didn't do stuff because I didn't feel like it. And other places in our life where we've just done things even though we haven't felt better about it. So it's to push through that innate thing of feelings, get beyond my feelings to just doing it. It needs to be done. Do it. Don't go to bed without doing it. And once I start practicing this, it will also help me build on the practice of consistency. Because in order to push, I have to be consistent in knowing what to get done and what doesn't need to be done. Therefore, it will allow me to just be an overall, it would allow me to just overall be more successful, be more consistent, and also not worry about excuses or make excuses or think that tomorrow always promised when it's not. This will help me get to my ultimate goals, which will be more consistent, steadier work pace, making sure that I am always doing what I need to do. And so 2023, we're going in with the word push.
So my word of the year for 2022 was breakthrough. I was looking for something to change in my life that would make things better or easier or something. It was a lot of weird things happening and I wanted to change. And so that at that time I was thinking of growing the family, and there had been a lot of failures in the past, and I wanted the breakthrough to finally be that we are going to have another child in this little crew of ours. But as we got to the 6 month mark, that didn't happen. If you needed to find out what happened in 6 months, go ahead and link up above Eye in the Sky. But we did not see the success we were looking for. So now that we were creeping to the latter half of the year, I was looking for something. Like, what is the breakthrough? What is going to change this year? I got really sick after Thanksgiving. I had the sinus infection of all sinus infections. Normally I could kick it in 2 days, but this time I was in a doctor's asking for help. While I was laid up for about, I don't know, 8 days or so, that's when I realized I had my breakthrough. I realized that I was only in control of me at that moment. No matter how hard I try, no matter how many years it's taken, no matter what, I'm only in control of myself for that moment. And I finally felt it. It was a release. And I think that's what my breakthrough needed to be, should have been, was releasing all the emotions that were tied up into failing at something that I had no control over. You can try everything underneath the sun. There's vitamins and pills and shots, and I did a ton of it. Not all of it, but a ton of it. And you see, I still was not successful. And I had to be okay with it. And that was the breakthrough, was realizing that I had to be okay with it. Was I actually okay with it? Did I actually accept it? No. But I felt better about it, and I realized that I did succeed in 2022. I did meet my goal of my word of the year, which was to have that breakthrough, which was more emotional than I thought physical. I thought I was going to have a physical change, but I had an emotional change. And that means more than you probably ever think of. As a wife of a therapist, if your mental is not right, your physical will be worse. Whatever is physically wrong with you, whatever you're physically going through, it will be worse if you're not mentally clear or mentally accept what is happening. You can't make the best choices if it's not clear up here. So now that 2022 is over, I've had my breakthrough. I realized what I needed to realize. I need to work on one thing, and that's accepting it all. And that's my word for 2023, is accepting what in the world is happening. No one can predict the future. Nobody can make a plan and then it executes 100% excellent. It never happens. No one can do that. But there's a series of events that happen whether you wanted to or not, that is part of the story, and you have to accept it. The more you accept it, the quicker you accept it, the better decision making you can have. And so for us, we still want to grow our family. We want to be more than a family of three. And in order to do that, I have to accept that perhaps having my own child is not going to be the way it's supposed to be. Or maybe I need to accept that just one more try, it was the key. I don't know yet, but I'm not going to give up. That's what 2023 is about. I'm going to try again at things and then accept the outcome. That also has to do with more than just a child for us. It has to do with finding the perfect place, or the perfect place today to live in, the best area to live in, all kind of things. How we're going to grow this business, how Brandon reaches out to clients, how those clients reach out to him. There's so many things that at this point we're just going to accept what has happened, do our best, and then let the outcome be accepted. At this point, we are almost a week into the new year of 2023. You guys have already created a word of the year. If you have not created a word of the year, it's time to get going. Come up with something that you can live by. Come up with something that is stumping you and you plan on conquering. Come up with something that is going to invigorate you. Maybe the word invigorate is what you need. You need something exciting in your life. It doesn't matter what it is, but find a word and apply it to yourself these next 12 months. It can really change your outcome. A lot of people still consider this a resolution. I don't care. But it's an excellent way to feel better. If you need an idea of what to do with this word, find it, write it, type it out, paste it on your mirror, and look at it every morning. Paste it on your front door and say it to yourself as you head out into the world every single morning. Put it on a visor of your car. There is so many things that you can do to keep that word prominent. If it's a place you want to go to, say you want to go to an island on a vacation, but you can't get there this year, but you need to work hard, maybe apply that to a postcard and put the postcard somewhere you can see it. And write right on the beach, we'll be there, trying hard to be there, whatever your word of the year is. And live by it, see it, and have a reminder. There is growth for everyone at every age, every single year. And if you just look at your life as, oh, well, it is what it is, no, you're selling yourself short. It is not what it is. It is what it can be. And are you working towards what it can be? I hope you take this year as a inspiration that something can change for the good. And also embrace and feel the emotions when things are bad, because it's not all cherries. 2022 was not all rainbows over here. We had some pain in the first 6 months of the year. So I don't want to sell you guys short on that message, but we definitely are going to live our word of the year this year. If you have a word of 2023, please link it below. Go ahead and type it out for us and let us know what your word is. I would love to see what other people are living by this year.
Again, thank you for joining me. It's your boy Brandon.Therapist. Hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure you follow me on Instagram at Brandon.therapist. I can't wait till next time. Have a good day.